Hello, welcome to Salt and Light Canning. I'm Jessica. This is my kitchen. I'm happy that you're here. I have like a whole lot going on, but today I'm making a starter for like a shepherd's pie or a cottage pie. So that way you could just pour it out of a jar, cover it with your potatoes, and put it in the oven, and it'll be ready in about 20 minutes. Or if sometimes you're just really busy, you could just heat it up and heat up your potatoes and do like a deconstructed shepherd's pie. Just put your potatoes down and then put this on top. But to do that, I've already browned some ground beef. So I guess this is really a cottage pie, not a shepherd's pie. I've browned some ground beef, and I'm going to add lots of things to this pot. This is kind of just a dehydrated mixed vegetable soup mix. And if you've been on my channel for long, you know I really enjoy using dehydrated vegetables in my canning. Please do what you want to do. If you just want to use fresh vegetables and that's what you have, then please do that. This is what I have. I also have some dehydrated mushrooms. Those are one of my favorite dehydrated things. And I didn't have any fresh or frozen peas, so I have some freeze-dried peas here. And I also have a number 10 can of diced tomatoes that I'm going to carefully, gently pour in this pot. Usually they like to splash everywhere. Now I'm going to get my carrots and my celery all chopped up. You can add whatever you like to your shepherd's pie or cottage pie. Mine always ends up a little different because I just kind of go through my pantry, go through my vegetable drawer, see what I have, and that's what I throw in a pot. I don't follow a very specific recipe. It's using up whatever you've got. If you have a specific recipe that you like to follow, please do that. I also have some frozen green beans. I'm going to put these in the pot. Now I'm going to chop some cloves of garlic. If you don't like garlic, just leave it out. It's fine. Archie, are you cleaning up the carrot I dropped? Thank you. I also have an onion. A strong onion, my goodness. Now that I have all my vegetables chopped in my pot with the meat, I'm going to add some seasoning. You can season however you would like to. Please make essentially this is like a stew or a soup. Make it how you would make it. That's what I'm doing. And how I typically make shepherd's pie is just it's a tomatoey beef, like ground beef stew. And then you put mashed potatoes on top. Doesn't have to be complicated. Anytime I make any kind of soup or stew, I just go through my cupboards and my refrigerator and see what I have, and I put that in a pot. But please make it how you make it. I have some beef stock here that I made. So that's gonna go in the pot. I also have some tomatoes that I dried, and I like the flavor of dehydrated tomatoes in this. So I'm gonna add a couple handfuls of that. Now I'm gonna add some seasoning. I have some of this W sauce that I can't pronounce. That's probably about half a cup. Yes, I'm heavy-handed with seasoning, okay? I'm also going to add some dehydrated onion. That's about a cup. I also have this barbecue seasoning that I like. We'll do about 6 tablespoons. Some onion powder, about 4 tablespoons. Granulated garlic, about 4 tablespoons. And some black pepper. Do 2 tablespoons. I'm going to take this over to the stove and start it heating up. And I'm probably going to add a couple more quarts of beef broth because I want there to be enough liquid. and maybe a couple more tins of, like the smaller ones, of tomatoes, because I want there to be a lot of tomato flavor and a lot of beef flavor. So I'm going to take this to the stove and I'll be back when I'm doing something else. Well, my soup is like all heated up. I did add a couple more cans of tomatoes and some more water for liquid, because you do want a good ratio of liquid to solids in your jar, right? But I wanted to tell you, this foam right here, this happens because of an enzyme in the tomatoes. It's nothing to worry about. Well, at least I never worry about it. If you worry about it, I'm sorry. You don't have to worry about it. But this is all hot and delicious, and I'm going to get it in jars. Well, this is just delicious, and I'm very excited to have it on our shelf. I'm going to fill my jars to 1 inch of headspace. And I know I don't normally can soup in quart jars. Like I said, my intention for this is to use it as a meal starter to just make my weeknights easier. Let me know what you're canning, what things you're doing in your kitchen for your pantry. I was thinking shepherd's pie and Christmas. The angels told the shepherds about the birth of Jesus, which is very exciting. My kids will be here this year, so I wanted to have some quick meals on the shelf so that we can spend time together and not have to spend all day in the kitchen. Smells wonderful, looks wonderful. Such a blessing. Clean the rim of your jars really well. I use vinegar. If you don't use vinegar, it's not a big deal. Just clean the rims of your jars. Just beautiful. Just keep filling jars. So blessed. I'm so blessed. So thankful to God for everything that He's doing. You'll have to let me know what kinds of things you put in shepherd's pie or cottage pie or however you make it. When I was a vegetarian, I used to make it with lentils instead of ground beef. And that was good too, but I praise God that He's healed me. Debubble, debubble, debubble. This one's a little bit over full, so I'm going to take some out. Again, tomatoes. I want to make sure that I don't go above 1 inch of headspace, because I want us to have the best opportunity to seal. There we go. I'll just debubble again for fun. Well, I'm just going to keep filling jars. We'll be back. I'm doing something else. My canner is full. This is my 16 quart Presto pressure canner, and I love it. When I'm doing just quarts, it takes less heat to bring this to pressure, and I couldn't double stack in my 23 quart pressure canner if I'm doing quarts anyway. So the 16 quart Presto pressure canner is wonderful. Check out my Amazon page below. You're going to find lots of the things I use in my kitchen, but I just love this canner. So my canner is full. I have 3 quarts of water, like hot water from the sink because my jars were hot, and a splash of vinegar, and then I have 7 quarts of shepherd's pie starter in here, and I'm gonna get my stove turned on and put my lid on, and we're gonna let this come up to temperature. I need to let it vent, and that's a steady stream of steam out of this little vent right here for 10 minutes, and then I'll put my weight on and we'll can at 15 pounds of pressure, because that's what I need to do for my altitude. 15 pounds of pressure for soup is 75 minutes. If you want to, you can go 90 minutes. Please use your own discretion. I'm going to go 75 minutes. I'll be back when I'm taking them out of the canner. Okay, so my timer went off and I turned the heat off, and then I let the pressure come down on its own. Then I took the weight off and waited a couple minutes, and then I just cracked the lid a little bit and waited a couple minutes. Now I've taken the lid off and waited a couple and I'm ready to take them out. I did have siphoning, which I always expect with tomatoes. And we had shepherd's pie for dinner, and it was just delicious. So I hope you give this a try. If you do, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you're canning, what you're doing for Christmas. Just be so blessed. Know that you're loved and be a blessing to someone else. I'll see you in the next video.